In 4th century BC Macedon, a land of rugged mountains and fertile plains, a young prince named Alexander, a figure destined for greatness, was growing up amidst a world of political intrigue and military might. He was coming of age within the walls of the royal palace, a place filled with both luxury and the weight of expectation. Even at a young age, his ambition was already legendary, spoken about in hushed tones among the court. Born in Pella, the heart of Macedon, to King Philip II, a brilliant military strategist, and Olympias, a woman of fierce spirit and royal lineage, Alexander was seen as both a prodigy, blessed with exceptional intellect and charisma, and a child of destiny, marked for something extraordinary. He famously tamed the wild stallion Bucephalus, a feat that demonstrated his courage and leadership, earning his father's prophecy, a mix of pride and perhaps a hint of concern: "Macedon is too small for you." A statement that would resonate throughout Alexander's life. Alexander's dreams were fueled by epic tales of Achilles, the legendary Greek hero, and the pursuit of immortal glory, a concept known as kleos in ancient Greece, the ultimate aspiration for any warrior. He absorbed every lesson from his father's military reforms, studying the art of war and the strategies that made Macedon a formidable power. He was meticulously preparing for a world ripe for conquest, a world where empires rose and fell with the clash of armies. The Persian Empire, vast and wealthy, loomed as both a threat to Greek independence and an unprecedented opportunity for expansion, and the idea of a pan-Hellenic crusade uniting all the Greek city-states against Persia took root in the minds of many. But Alexander's vision was even greater, far surpassing the ambitions of his contemporaries. His goal was not just to defeat Persia in battle, but to conquer and rule it, to become the new emperor of Asia. He dreamed of pushing beyond the borders of the Persian Empire, to reach the ends of the known world, exploring uncharted territories and expanding his dominion. This boundless ambition, nurtured from a young age, would soon be unleashed upon the world, forever changing the course of history. The boy king was ready to claim a destiny that would echo through the ages, a legacy of conquest, innovation, and the forging of a new world order. To shape Alexander's mind, King Philip hired Aristotle, the greatest philosopher of the age. For 3 years, Aristotle taught Alexander and his companions everything from Homer to politics, science, and philosophy. Alexander's curiosity grew. He would later bring scientists on his campaigns, eager to learn from every land he conquered. Aristotle's lessons instilled a belief in Greek superiority, but Alexander's own experiences would challenge this, leading him to embrace and blend cultures. The prince became more than a warrior. He became a thinker, a leader with a vision for a new world. Aristotle forged the intellect that would match Alexander's ambition. But the student would ultimately chart his own course, beyond even his teacher's imagination. The sudden assassination of King Philip II threw Macedon into chaos. At just 20, Alexander seized the throne, eliminating rivals with ruthless speed. His mother Olympias played her part, ensuring no challengers remained. Greek cities like Thebes and Athens rebelled, underestimating the young king. Alexander responded with overwhelming force, razing Thebes and selling its people into slavery, a brutal warning to all. Greece was cowed. Macedon's authority was absolute. With his throne secured in blood, Alexander was free to pursue his father's dream, and his own. The stage was set for the invasion of Persia. The world would soon witness the rise of a conqueror unlike any before. The boy king had become a force to be reckoned with. In 334 BC, the ancient world held its breath, unaware of the seismic shift about to occur. Alexander, the young king of Macedon, led his well-trained and battle-hardened army into Asia Minor, a region ripe for conquest and brimming with Persian influence. He was launching his ambitious campaign against the vast and powerful Persian Empire, a clash of civilizations that would reshape the course of history. His first major victory at the Granicus River, a hard-fought battle against a formidable Persian force, proved his audacity, tactical brilliance, and unwavering determination, setting the stage for his future triumphs. City after city, strategically important and culturally rich, fell, either through swift military action or negotiated surrender, with many of the local populations welcoming him, not as a conqueror, but as a liberator from Persian rule. At Issus, in a pivotal and decisive encounter, Alexander's bold and innovative tactics, combined with the superior training of his Macedonian army, forced King Darius III, the emperor of Persia himself, to flee the battlefield in disarray, capturing his family, including his mother, wife, and children. and shattering Persian morale, leaving the empire vulnerable and exposed. Instead of immediately chasing Darius to consolidate his victory, Alexander, with a keen understanding of strategy, turned his attention south, towards the vital coastal regions, and began the arduous task of besieging the seemingly impregnable island city of Tyre. After a grueling and protracted 7-month siege, marked by fierce resistance and innovative siege warfare, he ordered the construction of a massive causeway, a bridge of earth and stone, across the sea, stormed the city with relentless fury, and ultimately destroyed it, demonstrating to the world that no obstacle, no matter how formidable, could stop him from achieving his goals. Alexander's relentless drive, his unwavering belief in his own destiny, and his undeniable tactical brilliance made his army appear not just powerful, but truly invincible in the eyes of the ancient world. The once mighty Persian Empire was reeling from the blows, its foundations shaken to their core, and the entire world, from the shores of Greece to the distant lands of the East, was watching with a mixture of awe and trepidation. Each stunning victory further fueled his growing legend, transforming him into a figure of almost mythical proportions, and served only to amplify his already boundless ambition, driving him onward to even greater conquests. The seemingly unstoppable tide of conquest, driven by Alexander's relentless will, was in reality only just beginning its inexorable march across the ancient world. Alexander, with each victory, was not merely conquering territories, but rewriting the very map of the known world, ushering in a new era of Macedonian dominance. With Egypt and the Levant now firmly under his control, Alexander's ambitions knew no bounds. These territories, rich in resources and history, provided a solid foundation for his grand campaign eastward. The next major confrontation awaited him at Gaugamela in 331 BC, where he would face Darius III, the king of Persia, in a decisive battle that would determine the fate of empires. Despite being significantly outnumbered, Alexander's innovative and daring tactics proved too much for the Persian army. His strategic brilliance shattered their lines and sowed chaos among their ranks. Darius fled once more, abandoning his army and his empire to the young conqueror. With their king gone, the once mighty Persian Empire began to crumble. Alexander triumphantly entered Babylon as a new king, welcomed as a liberator, and ushering in a new era for the ancient city. He then pressed onward, conquering Susa and Persepolis, the opulent capitals of the Persian Empire, claiming their vast treasures and solidifying his control. In a controversial act, Alexander ordered the burning of Persepolis, a symbolic revenge for the Persian invasion of Greece centuries prior. Now the ruler of a vast and incredibly diverse multicultural empire stretching from Greece to the borders of India, Alexander faced the challenge of uniting disparate cultures. Understanding the importance of integration, Alexander strategically adopted Persian customs and encouraged his Macedonian and Greek men to do the same, fostering a sense of shared identity. He solidified this cultural exchange by marrying Roxana, a Bactrian princess, forging a powerful alliance and setting an example for his followers. Alexander further integrated Persians into his army, promoting them to positions of power and fostering a unique blend of Greek and Persian military traditions. This unprecedented blending of Eastern and Western cultures sparked the Hellenistic Age, a transformative period. This was a new era defined by remarkable advancements in art, science, philosophy, and a growing sense of cosmopolitanism that connected the world. Through his vast conquests, Alexander inadvertently spread Greek culture far and wide. This cultural diffusion reached across continents, leaving an indelible mark and forever changing the course of the ancient world. Alexander's vision had expanded beyond the confines of Macedonia. It was now a global vision, encompassing diverse peoples and vast territories. The world was irrevocably entering a new age, profoundly shaped by the extraordinary ambitions and actions of one man, Alexander the Great. After Darius's death, Alexander pushed east into India, winning at the Hydaspes but exhausting his army. At the Hyphasis River, his men refused to go further. Alexander reluctantly turned back. The return through the Gedrosian desert was disastrous, costing thousands of lives. Back in Babylon, Alexander planned new campaigns and continued his policy of cultural fusion, but years of war and excess took their toll. In 323 BC, after a fever, Alexander died at just 32. His final words, "To the strongest," left his empire without a clear heir. The greatest conqueror of the ancient world was gone, leaving a power vacuum and a shattered legacy. His empire, the largest the West had ever seen, would not survive him, but his legend was just beginning. Alexander's death plunged his empire into chaos as his generals fought for control. The wars of the successors tore his realm apart, but his cultural legacy endured. Greek became the language of power, and cities like Alexandria became centers of learning. Alexander's vision of a blended world shaped centuries of civilization, influencing Rome and beyond. He was both a unifier and a destroyer, a visionary and a tyrant. His life remains a testament to the heights and dangers of human ambition. Was Alexander a hero or a tyrant? The answer is both, and that is why his story still fascinates us. His shadow stretches across history, a reminder of what one person can achieve and destroy.